It's working. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Benita and I'm so happy to have you joining me today. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be picking my February reads. Some of you might know this, or if you're new to the channel, I am a mood reader. I pick my books based on my mood. I hardly ever do TBR prompt or TBR kind of videos on this channel. I have been doing mood reading the entire year. I've been on YouTube. For Bookmas, I did a Christmas TBR video and I really enjoyed that, and I did tell you guys I was going to be doing more TBR videos going forward. So this will be our first TBR video for 2025. Normally on my TikTok and Instagram I post monthly hopefuls. Basically these are books that I prioritize on my TBR every month, hoping that I will pick them based on my reading on moods, and I feel like that's what's worked for me throughout my reading journey. I've been reading consistently over 100 books a year for the past 10 years, and the best way for me to do that is just to pick the books I'm in the mood for. I don't think I've actually given you guys my reading stat for 2024, which I just realized I've not done it. I've done quite a few like wrap up videos for the year and I never mentioned how many books I actually read in 2024, which is actually really funny. But in 2024 I read 161 books, which is one of my best numbers over the past I think 5 years. But I think what was more impressive wasn't actually the numbers of books I read, it's the fact that a lot of the books I read in 2024 were by new authors. So I feel like for me that was actually a good achievement. I think I want to say 85% of the books I read were by brand new authors that I discovered last year. So for me that is the best. That is the best thing about my reading challenge. Anyway, I have been waffling on for now, but let's get to the video. Okay guys, so this is my TBR jar, right? So it's so tiny because I don't really have a lot of books on my physical TBR. I know majority of the TBR videos I see people do on YouTube, they try to prioritize their physical TBR. So you guys, I'll probably show you guys, but my bottom shelf that I have right now, all the books on my bottom shelf are on my physical TBR, and I do have quite a few of them scattered around as well, but a lot of my TBR is on my e-reader. So I have a Kindle because I just do like stuff for your e-reader days and stuff, so I have quite a lot of books on there. So I have more books on my keyboard than I have my physical TBR. But on here I have quite a lot of prompts, and it's a really small little jar. So I don't know if you guys know this about me, I love candles and I burn a lot of candles. So I have a lot of candle jars like this that just are lying around. So I just thought instead of buying a new jar, I could just repurpose one of them as my TBR jar. So for now this is going to be my TBR jar. It is quite full, you can tell that some of them are actually spilling from the top as well. I'm going to pick one of the cards in the jar based on what is written on the card. That will decide how I pick my books. When I made this jar is that I truly did not think about the books I have on my TBR. I just thought like of fun little prompts, but I didn't have any books in mind for each of the prompts. So books I have on my physical TBR might not match the prompt, but I'm hoping that my Kindle TBR would match the prompt, so that way I would take off some books on my TBR basically. Well, I did promise you guys I'm going to be doing this on a monthly basis, so from now to the end of the year I'm going to aim to do one every single month, and I think I'm going to pick between 5 or 6 books every single month depending, and then I will prioritize those books that month. I feel like if I do more than 6, there's no way I'm going to take everything off. As February is a short month, I think I'm going to choose 5 books, and as my first monthly TBR I need to ease myself into it. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's pick our first prompt. Oh god, okay, I'm just gonna, these two are stuck together. Okay, I'm gonna go for this green. So our first prompt, if I can get it open, I did use sticky notes. Okay, a book with a character name that starts with the same letter as yours. Okay, so I have to have a think. I might have to use Goodreads for this, to be fair, because I do have all my physical TBR on a Goodreads shelf. So my name is Benita, so we're looking for a book with the character with the letter B, the main character being letter B. So I don't know if it's, I also made this out because the main character is Molly. So Twisted Games, oh my god, I'm not even joking. The main character name is Bridget. What? I started the Twisted series. I've only read the first book in the series, Twisted Love, and I did say I was going to continue with this series, but it's so funny that this book, anyway, so we have one there. So Bridget, the main character on here is Bridget, so we have one. Let me see if I can pick another one. I can decide. Okay, Twisted Lies, that's not going to work. Forever Interrupted. Okay, Nose E. Oh, okay, so basically Forever Interrupted, the MMC in here is Ben, so that's an option. Wildfire, Ross and Aurora, so no. I'm not going to go through every single book. I'll do 5 more on the side. I should have organized this a bit more. I'm thinking I might invest in a TBR cart. It might be easier to just like move things around. So I've got 3 options here. The first book, we have Too Beautiful to Break by Tessa Bailey. This is part of a series. I think the series is called, it's part of the Romancing the Clarkson series, and I think each book in the series is a standalone, and it follows like a member of the Clarkson's family. Even though they're all standalone, but I'm sure they go in an order. So this is the 4th book in the 5-book series. Okay, like a second chance romance kind of vibe. And then we have Twisted Game by Anna Wong. I think this book follows Bridget. She is a princess, and the MMC Reese is her bodyguard. So in the first book, she had a bodyguard that she got on with, like an older guy, but I think that guy had to retire for some reason. He had a family emergency. I can't remember what happened, and now she's been assigned a new, younger, more good-looking bodyguard. So this is like a grumpy sunshine, forbidden romance kind of vibe. I think if I pick this book, I will be continuing with the series. And then we have Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I think this is the only book by Taylor Jenkins Reid I haven't read yet. I've literally completed our entire catalogue apart from this book. One rainy New Year's Day, Elsie heads out to pick up pizza. She isn't expecting to see anyone else, much less the handsome and charming Ben. The chemistry is instant and electric. Within weeks, they are head over heels in love. By May, they developed. 9 days later, he is hit by a truck and dies on impact. Bloody hell! At the hospital, Elsie faces Susan, the mother-in-law she's never met and who doesn't even know Elsie exists. Interweaving Elsie and Ben's romance with Elsie and Susan's healing process. Forever Interrupted is a story of one life-changing year and a powerful reminder that there's more than one way to find a happy ending. My god, this sounds like a book that will break me. Now, this sounds like a beautiful story, but like I have to be in the mood for this. I'm not going to go with this because again, it's like the 4th book in the series. Even though they're all standalone, I don't want to start a series by reading book 4 of a 5-book series. It doesn't make any sense. This feels like a very emotional read, or I could just pick Twisted Games because I'll be continuing the series. I think I'm going to go with Twisted Games because I want to finish that series, and I did enjoy book 1, so I guess we're going to go with Twisted Games. Okay, let's pick the next prompt. We're going to go, oh shit, I just ripped it. This is going really well. A book with a morally grey heroine. So the first book that comes to my mind right now, I'm thinking Mindfuck series, but I already read that. So looking up a morally grey heroine, I'm thinking about Tessa from the Legacy series. I've read the first book and I guess she's morally grey, but I haven't really seen her be morally grey. I'm just thinking because everyone says it's a dark series and the characters are morally grey, but I don't see that. And right now I've actually stopped doing that series for now, so I'm not going to go there. And that book that comes to mind is the Book of Ezra, because the FMC there is morally grey. I think I might read that because I do have that available on my e-reader by Amber V. Nicole. So that's book 1 of the Gods and Monsters series. So we have The Assistant to the Villain, The Veil Kingdom. Okay. Oh, Poppy War. Oh, well, that is a series, and I don't really want to start a new series. My only option that I have, I'm sure there's more, and I'm sure some people are screaming at me right now. Oh my god, girl, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. Okay, so we have Poppy War and we have the Book of Ezra. Poppy War is a series. I don't want to start a new series. I do have, right now I'm in the middle of 15 series. So I don't want to start a series. I want to try and complete as much. I feel like that's why I chose Twisted Games. It's me making a step towards completing a series. So we're gonna, I guess, Book of Ezra, we are starting the series as well. The Book of Ezra is a series because it's the first book in the God of Monsters and Monsters series. Okay, but Poppy War is, I'm going to read Poppy War, but I don't think I want to read it in February, if that makes sense. I'm choosing TBR. I'm still in my mood. So basically the morally grey hero we have here is Diana. She is the villain, so we've got that book. So we've got up another prompt. Also, if I sound better, I got a mic, guys. We've upgraded. I have it's my favorite thing, a book featuring a small town romance. I have those in abundance, and I have a book in mind already. I literally just saw it. I'm thinking to start Done and Dusted because this was on my TBR for December, but I never got to read it, so maybe I should just get started on it. It's like a cowboy small town romance, so this could be one option. I think I want to pick a physical TBR for this one. So Archer's Voice, that book has been on my TBR for such a long time. I should just read it. Two options, we have Done and Dusted and we have Archer's Voice. Okay, that sounds like the forever interrupted issue. Get to read it because I don't know if I want to have I want to cry over a book. I'm not going to cry over a book, but I feel like maybe February is a good month to cry over a book. I don't know. So this is like a small town brother's best friend. So what do I go for? Do I want to cry or do I want to just read it? I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Done and Dusted because I just feel like it makes sense. We've picked book 1 for my physical TBR, book 2 for my e-reader. I think it's book. Let's go with the physical book. So you guys picking another orange. I think I'm just going by color. So we've had a green, a yellow and a blue, so let's go with an orange. I don't know, I'm just picking it. Anyway, let's see what we have here. Ooh, a book with a red or a pink cover. For red cover, there's actually 3 in a row right now. Oh my god, there's Binding 13. Do I want to read Binding 13, guys? It's chunky. The Boys of Tommy series, I need to dedicate time for that one. That one is a mood reading kind of book. I think that's what I was going to say about Puppy War. They don't belong in the TBR. They need to be a mood read. Oh, The Housemaid is red as well. I want to go like thriller to change things up a bit. 5 options. I think Twisted Hate would be out because I already picked one book from the series. If I want to continue with the series, this would be a nice mood read. We have Hermaphrodite and the Duke by J.J. McAvoy. I love her. This is the first book in her like historical romance series. It's kind of inspired by Bridgerton but spicier. I'm assuming it's going to be spicy because she's a spicy author. That's a good option. We have Wildfire by Anna Grace. This is the second book in the Maple Hill series. This one, I feel like I'm miling into this one because I've read the first book and the third book in the series, but I have not read this. Then we have Fixer Upper, which by Lucy Score. And then we have The Housemaid's Secret, which is the second book in the Housemaid series, I guess. I am leaning towards The Housemaid Secrets, guys, just to break things up a bit because I feel like a lot of books I'm going to reach for this month are going to be romance books, so I feel like maybe just kind of break things up a bit. Let me just read the second book in the series. I did enjoy The Housemaid. It was a nice read, and I think that with Frida McFadden book, I could read her book in one sitting. They're so easy to read and they were perfect like little palette cleanser as well. So I think I'm going to go with Housemaid, you guys. That was easy because I just feel like it's nice to have a little switcheroo. It's hard to find an employer who doesn't ask too many questions about my past. So I thank my lucky stars that Douglas Garrick and his wife miraculously gave me a job cleaning their stunning penthouse with views across the city and preparing fancy meals in their skinny kitchen. I can work here for a while, stay quiet until I can get what I want. It's almost perfect, but I still haven't met Mrs. Garrick or seen inside the guest bedroom. I'm sure I hear her crying. I notice spots of blood around the neck of her white nightgowns when I do laundry, and one day I can't help but knock on the door. When it gently swings open, what I see inside changes everything. Douglas Garrett has done wrong. He's going to pay. It's simply a question of how far I'm willing to go. Ooh. So basically the housemaid is just going around killing people's husbands. She's like a vigilante husband killer or something. Something like that. Anyway, so we'll find out. Our last prompt, let's go with this one. A book with a food related title. Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. I bought this book. I think this book was, I showed you guys this book on my first ever book haul, and that was back in March last year, and I've not literally never, like, it's never been on my radar, and I can see it right here. Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. This is the only book I have that has a food related title. Let's see, what other books do I have? Another book I can think of on top of my head is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Would be a good book. I've read that. And the only book I can think about that I have on my e-reader that's on my TBR is Love and Gelato, I think it's called. I've just seen Cat Lady. Obviously no one eats cats, but it's funny because on the cover there's like a can of like soup or something. Yeah, Love and Gelato by Jenna Evan Welsh. this is like a summer romance book. Yeah, these are the only books that come to mind, and I've read like the Lauren Gilmore book, so I think I'm just gonna go with this one because it's been on my TBR the longest and it'll be nice to tackle it. And this is set in London. I think it's set in Brixton, which is not far from where I live actually, so I feel like it's meant to be. And the author is Nigerian and I'm Nigerian, so it just feels like it's time. I had no idea this was a fake dating romance. I literally had no idea it was fake dating. And also I didn't know that they were in university. It's interesting. I am excited and I love the cover because I just love the cover. It just looks so edgy. Like, I love what she's wearing. Like, it's just so cool. So this is it. Okay guys, so we have our 5 books picked out, which is great because we do have 4 books on my physical TBR and 1 book from my e-reader, which is actually the perfect, I think, combination. We have the Book of Azra by Amber V. Nicole, first book in the God of Monsters series, and then we have Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden, Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola, Twisted Games by Anna Wong, and last but not least, Done and Dusted by Layla Sage. And I'm very excited. They all sound like really good books, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this monthly TBR videos, because I feel like it's a way for me to, it's gonna push me to actually read, prioritize and read some books on my TBR. Those are all our books for February. Let me know in the comments which books you think I should start with, because I feel like I'm just gonna start reading right away. Let me know if you've read any of these books, and if you want to see any reading vlogs of me reading these books, let me know so I can film when I'm reading them. If you do want to know what I'm reading in real time, the best way is to follow me on Goodreads or Instagram and on TikTok. I do post daily on all 3 platforms. I actually do update my reading on Goodreads regularly. Sometimes I actually even put like real-time reaction to the books I'm reading on Goodreads as well. But definitely follow me on Instagram and TikTok. You would know exactly what I'm reading. Anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed me picking out these books. If you've enjoyed me picking my TBR for the month of February, and if you've loved it and you've enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and tap on that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.